the lady who walked the talk and win many people's heart. Kun Alexandra Wright, the former CEO of DTAC, once again.
And I'm happy to talk to you this morning.
Okay. This is your second time with our open talk. We really appreciate your presence today. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm totally ready, and I'm very happy to talk to you and especially the people in Thailand.
Okay. Shall we
Kon Thai.
start? Okay, you are ready to talk to Kon Thai right now, okay?
Yes, yes, right now.
Shall we start with how to transform business? In your opinion, what should the organization consider?
So I think what is very important if you transform a business is that you bring people together
Mhm.
and that you also empower people. The transformation we are in today is not one that is top down driven, but
Mhm.
it's a transformation where people need to be involved and they
Mhm.
need to be empowered. So, what I'm a big believer in is before you do any kind of transformation, you really have to work on the organization. You have to
Mhm.
have it set up where people can really kind of, uh, get the power to do things, where they get their task, where they get the room to develop themselves.
Mhm.
And we, for example, in DTAC, transformed into an agile organization. So we
Mhm.
had smaller teams working together, uh, taking different tasks and managing it as if it would be your own business. And what I've been seeing is you become a lot more quicker in decision making because the decisions are taken in the team
Mhm.
and people feel responsible for what they're doing. And I think the transformation we are in, you need to be a lot quicker. People need to be close to the business, and the decisions need to be close to the customer. And that's why I think the biggest or the most important part of any kind of transformation is changing the organization and changing the way you manage people or the way you lead people.
Okay, so when we talk about business transformation, we don't talk about the technology first, but we should consider the people, right, and
Yes,
get them involved
yes,
and take responsibility for that,
yes. Yeah,
empower them.
and empower them. I think that's very important because if you
Uh-huh.
empower them and they're much closer to the customer, they will take the right decisions, and they need to be close. So then you become a lot quicker in whatever you do, and you also become a lot more customer centric and
Mhm.
focused on customers. And that's what you need to do.
Mhm.
Trust in your people and let them decide.
Okay, it's important to trust in our people. Kun Alexandra, how do you engage with your customer in Thailand as compared to other countries?
So what I really found out in Thailand is customers are super engaged, and especially in the telco industry. In no other country in the world, people are so well informed. So when I came to Thailand, people knew which spectrum data has, and they were discussing with me. So they were super involved, which I think is a fantastic opportunity because then customers listen to you.
Mhm.
So even when we had the worst of times and our spectrum situation was a little bit critical, our
Mhm.
network situation was not really perfect. When you explain to customers in Thailand what you're doing and that how you're going to improve things, they listen to you and they
Mhm.
also trust you. And you have to do it very personally. And I, as you might know, I even had my Facebook open for customers so they could actually talk to me on Messenger. They could send me messages or emails. And I was really very open, personally open to listening to customers. And that became something, a standard within DTEC. So
Mhm.
all of us were listening to customers in a very different way. We looked into the experience of our customers. And I think that's what customers felt in Thailand. That's what they
Mhm.
appreciated. And that's why they came back to us or stayed with us.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, it's very important to listen to customers. And I can notice that in your Facebook, you are very active. And I believe that you respond to a lot of customers' requirement, right?
But I learned a lot from customers as well, yeah? Because if you only look, for example, at your network indicators, you won't see the real truth. But if you
Mm-hmm.
listen to your customers, their experience, you will learn what you need to change. You will learn what needs to be improved.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's key to listen to customers.
Kun Alexandra, lots of people talk about fail fast, fail forward. As a CEO, how do you motivate your staff when they fail?
So, especially as I mentioned also before, uncertainty is all around us. We don't know what to do exactly, and we can't plan long ahead. Those times are over where you can really plan, I would say, for 1, 2, 3 years. So we have to constantly kind of iterate and learn. And that also means that will fail, but you will fail and learn. And then the next time you do it better. And that's where you need to, on the one hand, show yourself that you're willing to also learn, fail and learn. So it's also giving an example to your colleagues. But on the other hand, really kind of, if somebody makes a mistake, just take that as an example and say, okay, what did we learn out of it? And how are we going to improve it? And then people are going to understand it's not about doing everything right or
Mm-hmm.
not doing anything because that's the biggest risk, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of, trying out things, iterating, getting better, improving. And that's also the agile way of work, that you try out things, you learn, and that might also mean that you fail, but then you immediately do it better.
Okay, agile way of work, right?
Yes.
So you allow people to fail and learn and improve.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes back to also being curious, because if you're constantly curious, you constantly improve. And
Mm-hmm.
the expectations of customers change, the world is changing out there. So you have to constantly learn and improve.
Mm, okay. Kun Alex, how do you win people hearts and drive the culture change within organization?
So I, when I came to DTEC, we were in quite rough times,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you win people's heart if you're very open, if you're very transparent, and if you share what you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if things are not going the right way, if you talk about it and if you tell people what you want to do and what you believe needs to be done, then they will come along. Then they will share with you all their, I mean, they will share the passion with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I really enjoyed in Thailand. I enjoyed it in DTEC, that people came by my side. They really supported and they really wanted to be part of it. And that's how you win also the heart of people internally. But it's not only internally, it's also externally. And it's very much the same thing. We didn't go out there and pretended that things are going well, but we also shared with our customers that we have some problems, but we will fix them. And that's when they felt, okay, we believe you, we trust you, so we stay with you, or we even support you. And that was also the same with our stakeholders. And working, for example, with the regulator in Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
it was a great experience because even they were listening to us. And as much as they could, we collaborated and worked together. And that's even true for our competitors. So, I mean, I always felt the respect of our competitors. And so for me, working with stakeholders and especially the people in data was a fantastic experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think being open and transparent and believing in what you're doing, that's how you succeed even in rough times.
Okay, so you make the your people and understand. Okay,
Yes,
and also even the regulator also understand about what you
yes,
are going to do. Mhm. And if there are any problem, then you just like tell them that, and you're gonna fix it. And okay.
yes. No, it's very much. I mean, people want to understand why things are happening. And
Mhm.
that's also how you engage with them. And if you have a plan how to fix it, then share it with them, let them know, because then they can contribute. And that's not only within DTEC, but it was also, working with the stakeholders, even our boards. If
Mhm.
they understand, it's much easier. But that means to be very honest and open.
Kun Alexandra, would you please share to our audience about your memorable achievement in your career that you feel proud of?
So, there's so many memorable things, and most, it's not even big achievements, it's more events. And what I'm really proud of in my past is how people developed around me.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, there was a young guy when I worked back in Switzerland. He didn't finish any education. He was working in one of our shops, but he was
Mm-hmm.
eager to do something bigger and to develop himself. And then
Mm-hmm.
I guided him. I guided him. I told him, you have to finish school, you have to
Mm-hmm.
do university, and then, I mean, everything is open to you. And now he's an investment banker. He's a very
Oh.
successful young investment banker. And to
Mm-hmm.
just watch him, how he developed and how he fulfilled his dreams with the support and guidance I could give him through during the time he worked with me, is just what makes me very happy. And that's super memorable. And that has happened a few times. So growing people, developing people, these are the most memorable events in my life. But
Uh-huh.
also, I mean, I think how we developed DTAG and how DTAG came out of rough times after end of concession, and
Uh-huh.
that time of collaboration, working in a team together,
Mm-hmm.
fighting together, these are memorable things. So if you do something on your own, that's nice, but that's not memorable. But if you do it
Mm-hmm.
as a team, that's what you will always remember, and that's what you can really celebrate and think about when you look back.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it was a team effort to really bring back DTEC to growth. And I remember when that's maybe one memorable event, when
Mm-hmm.
we first shared it with the financial market, how we had kind of, been able to turn around the situation in DTEC. It was, we did it together as a team, as a management team, but also with people in DTEC. And it's, yeah, that's still thinking about it gives me goosebumps.
Mm. Yes. So, Kun Alexandra, you not only built the organization, you also built people, right?
Yes. And that's
Mm-hmm.
great. That's,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's what you will always be able to look back to. And I'm still in contact with a lot of colleagues from all over the world, whether
Yeah.
it's in Europe but also in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
I see growing, and I'm super excited about it. One colleague of us, for example, moved to Singapore and now works for Netflix, and he's doing a fantastic job, and I'm proud to see that. And that happened for many others also internally in data.
Uh-huh. Um, Kun Alex, my last question. Actually, I don't want it to be the last. I would like to talk to you all days.
I enjoy it as well.
Kun Alex, my last question is สัญญาว่าจะไม่หยุด never stop improving is your
Yeah,
quote, right? Uh-huh.
yes, yes.
How, Kun Alex, how do you apply it to business and in your life?
So I think in business, that's what I've been mentioning before. Things are changing so quickly. Expectations of customers, but also behavior of customers is
Mm,
changing constantly.
mm,
Technology is changing. So you have to constantly improve. And that means also as a leader that you have to constantly challenge the organization. You have to
mm,
constantly, ask for something better. That might be sometimes a bit kind of annoying for your colleagues, but in the end, that's what makes you grow. And I think constantly iterating, becoming better, learning, experimenting, and also failing, as we mentioned before, that's where you kind of keep up with customer expectations, how you keep up with technology, and you're always going to be in the forefront of development. And with my own life, I
Mhm.
think at least I try to challenge my kids constantly and my husband. So after 26 years, which we are actually together tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
I think he is constantly improving as well.
Oh, okay. So 26 year tomorrow.
Yes.
Happy anniversary in
Thank you very much.
advance.
Thank you very much.
Uh, so you keep challenging, right?
Yes.
And never stop improving. So
Yes.
like we
Mayutka.
uh-huh. ไม่หยุดค่ะ make it better and better,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And that's where you get the fun and the energy from. If you constantly try to do things better,
Uh-huh.
otherwise it becomes boring.
Yeah, we can learn new things. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Always learn. Okay, good, Alex. I would, on behalf of Open Talk, would like to thank you once again, and it's really great honor having you today. And if you have any room for collaboration in the future, please advise us. And this is Alexandra Leitch from Vienna. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I send my best regards to everyone in Thailand. And I hope to come back very, very soon. Khop kun ka.
ขอบ
Savadika.
ขอบคุณค่ะสวัสดีค่ะคุณอเล็ก
See you. Bye bye.
Bye
Thank you very much.
bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
And this is Open Talk program, which is powered by TCC Technology. We would like to thank you all the audience for being with us. And don't forget to click subscribe to TCC Technology channel. See you in our next Open Talk. สวัสดีค่ะ